Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to episode 6 of Chasing Mastery. I have Zak Allen on the podcast today. Zak is the CEO and owner of Dream Team. He got this started, a few years back?
Yep.
Got going, and you were absolutely killing it in sales. Decided, hey, I'm going to start a team as well, share my knowledge and wealth with some of the other guys.
Yep.
You want to walk me through kind of that process on when you got started and what was it that kind of like set you toward, I'm doing great. Now I want to start a team.
Yeah.
What was that mindset shift?
Yeah.
For you?
So I never really wanted to start a team, to be honest. Yeah, it just kind of happened. I just started, I almost quit real estate my first year. A lot of drama at the first brokerage, got me super down, just a lot of just crap. So that was tough to kind of bounce back from because you get in the industry. I'm just kind of a different dorky guy anyway. So that's not always like perceived. And then now and then now you're like 4 years, I'm in my 5th year now. And now you're kind of like, yeah, that doesn't really fit in anywhere. So, I was probably came in a little too brave there with a lot of my personality.
How old were you when you started?
I'm turning 30 this year, so like probably 24, 25.
About 25-ish.
Yeah, for sure. And then I almost quit. And then after 6 months went by, I finally sold my first house. Then I sold like 25 in 6 months.
Dang.
And then
that's a big jump.
Yeah. And then the next year was like 50 and then 70 and then 40. And then, all said and done, it's like, I looked at my stats for doing this magazine and it was like almost 50 mil in sales. And then last year we did like 82.6 total. So I've been probably involved with over 100 million now in my career, which is just feel very blessed. And then, yeah, it just popped off for me. And then people started asking me questions.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, I'll just have like 4 or 5 agents. And then
keep it
like,
small.
Keep it small. And then it was like, okay, now I have 30 agents. And now it's like, now we're just like, can I cuss on this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So now it's just like, fuck it, let's have 100 agents, or whatever. Because now Synergy's like super supportive. And Keith's just like, he even gave me a poster today. It's like, don't give up on your dreams, your crazy dreams. So it's like, the sky's the limit here. So it's like, let's just keep,
Nice.
keep going.
Just keep rolling into it.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start getting out of just retail and start expanding into like wholesaling, flipping, investing?
So I met a guy who was on our team for a short time and he was just like, you do really good and you probably think you're awesome. He's like, I think you're awesome, which, it doesn't matter. He was just trying to like, paint that picture.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, listen, man. He was just trying to like, I think he was trying to like break me down to like get me to understand. And he was like, listen, you're awesome. You're doing great. I know you're probably proud of what you've done, but he's like, there's this whole other world of investing that you should look at because this, and this. And then he was kind of teaching me some strategies, like the Burr strategy, and just some crazy shit. And that was probably like a year ago now, year and a half ago. Started to get my mind thinking, and the plan was like never to get out of retail. Now I'm like, I'll only do like 10 to 20 deals a year. But yeah, last year I made over 200 grand my first year just doing flips. And
nice.
So I was like, this is equivalent to what I do selling 20 to 30 homes a year. So it's kind of like, then you just think about time, and the fact that you can take some of these down as rentals. And if you buy them cheap enough, you can refinance them and essentially get your cash back and almost buy them for free, so it's like, then it gets to the point of like, why am I doing retail?
Yeah.
Like, retail, I think, is a good starter.
Gets you some cash in the bank, teaches you about the basics of the real estate transaction.
Yeah.
And all
Good
that.
bar to entry, but it's almost kind of like the more you think about it, you're almost like in a 9 to 5, but in real estate, right?
It's like you're your own 9 to 5 boss.
Correct. Yeah. So it's like Robert Kiyosaki, I can't remember the book, but it's like there's certain job quadrants.
Cash flow quadrant.
Yeah. And it's like employee, small business, big business, and then I can't remember the last investor. Yes. So like to me, the retail's like you're that small business.
Yeah.
You're still working 50 hours a week.
Yeah. Small business, or for those of you who've read the book, small business and or self-employed. It's kind of that. So it's like it's you and maybe your family. It's kind of like who's in that small business. And then I think to big business, that jump is like 50 to 100 employees is where you go from that small business to running the big business.
Yeah, so now I feel like I'm more in the big business. We have all these agents. I can help them. I can help them start teams, help them get into that other quadrant, because I just like to do cool shit with my friends, So if we're all on that other side, then it's like how much more can we do together?
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of like what I'm excited about in this like next 5 years as opposed to the first 5 years.
Nice. Going into that, what are some of the big goals you guys have for this next couple of years?
Yeah,
or next year anyway.
I've been trying to start a wholesale company for like a year, and so me, Tyler Zesh, excuse me, and Nick Kuiper, all started this company called Wayfinder Homes, and we're still baby, just got our systems dialed and our texts, you know, going out, but like we did that on a past company, but just not a good business relationship. Better now here, so it's like just good vibes, and I kind of want to build like a almost like a non-profit but not really type deal, but I really just want to build like a community of getting off market houses to obviously not only help people who probably shouldn't go to market, but also help my agents build wealth and give them a, you know, an arena where they can just have access to good flip homes or holds or whatever. So that's kind of the goal there. Obviously we'd like to get in the commercial space at some point, and the property management spot. So Tyson, the co-owner of Dream Team, and our broker, he was managing like, I think like 3, 4, 5, 600 doors at his other place.
Nice.
So like he has all the experience. So that's kind of, you know, that's kind of like the second chapter, right? The teams established, build out Idaho with Kelsey and Tara. There are also some really good leaders that we have. Build that out, get in the commercial space, build the wholesale company, and just start that second chapter of Dream Team, right?
Nice.
Like the back end of it, like cool, we're doing retail, but like let's do other cool shit
Yeah,
that's bigger than just the retail space.
The whole real estate space, rather than just like your retail slice. You've kind of like, all right, we got a good chunk of that, but there's a whole nother world out there.
Yeah, and it's bigger than the retail world.
Yeah, a little bit closer than
that. Yep.
Sweet. Awesome. And if you were to go back to being a 18 to 25-year-old brand new agent, so to say, and you're in today's market, what would be your daily activities, weekly activities, monthly activities? Like, what is it that you would do? No money, young agent, kind of like back where you were before, but just today's market.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's hard when you're young because to like get that appreciation or just the work ethic for life almost, because you're kind of like your head's in your ass most times.
Yeah,
you know?
I know how that is.
Yeah. So it's like, so that's tough. But if you can like get a mentor and get out of that, that's step one. And just die to yourself, right? Like, I know I was the same. You be that 18 to 25-year-old guy. You want to have all the answers. You want to like, yeah, dude. And it's like, no, you don't know shit.
Yeah, you're basically like, I saw this quote where it was like, once you turn 20, you're actually 0 in adult years.
Correct.
It's like when you turn 21, now you're 1 year old.
Yeah.
And then 2 and 3 and so on.
That's a good point. So I don't know, man. For like what I wanted to do is everyone's different. My thing is always like the analogy of how long do you want to deal with it? Do you want to deal with it this long or this long? Yeah. So for me, it was always like, I don't want to deal with it that long. So for me, I was like, let's miss funerals, birthdays, vacations, trips, have holes in my socks, not eat out. Let's be super disciplined for 2-3 years. And obviously my career is a testimony to that now, is like, okay, die to yourself, get a mentor, listen, work every day. Don't be afraid to dial. Don't be afraid to answer your phone. And now I'm here, and I have a leg up on a lot of my peers that have also been in 5 years, sometimes even 10 or 15, because I was just like, I've done more work. You know what I'm saying? And so let's say I've sold 150 or 100, 200 houses, whatever. What's the average realtor sell your, let's say 5 houses?
Maybe.
So that's like, 10 years, 20 years of average real estate business. So it's like, I didn't want to deal with it that long. I want to like, let's get this over with. Let's help a bunch of people. Let's put myself out there. Let's work every day, put myself in the uncomfortable situations, go get coffee with people that definitely, like, if they're like, I'm $1 million shopper, you show up, they're like wearing one shoe, you know, you're like, oh yeah, $1 million shopper.
Got holes in their pants and their underwear.
We've all been there.
Sticking out ripped. You're like,
oh, well, here's your coffee. What do you do, guy?
I'm a librarian. What?
No, you're not. So just busting ass every day, and it's just like getting out of that mindset of like having fun and just be disciplined and lock in and just say, my life for the next 2 to 3 years is going to be shit.
Yeah.
I'm
going to
grind. Then
I'm going to put in the work.
I'll have 20 years, 30, 40 years of quality.
Yeah.
Versus like, I'll have fun while I'm working, but now I'm having to do this for 20, 30 years. So it's like, however you want to run your business, there's no wrong answer. But for me, it was always the latter of just getting it over with.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. And you've really, you've done quite a bit as far as where you started, where you are now. Do you have any big future plans in development, building larger units, or are you going to more stick to just kind of retail, picking up a couple rentals? Like, what's your mind space like in that area?
I think it's got to be both. Like, obviously if a house is a hold, it's a hold. If you have your good money, like your company's in like super green with like cash for shitty times, slow times for employees and leads and all that, take down a rental. But if you need the flip because you need to feed your family, for me, if I got 6 to 12 months of bills to feed my family, I'm cool. I'll take this down as a rental, so it just depends like where you're at in your business. Right now I'm in the stack cash spot in my business. I just want to get that even more healthy than it already is. Start some of these other sister companies off of Dream Team and kind of go from there. But I feel like as soon as you get into that flip world, other quadrant, it's like the next step is to do construction, build and all that.
It's like you're flipping these houses. You got all the knowledge on like, okay, this needs to be fixed in these houses. Now I can just go take all that knowledge and be like, why don't I just build my own?
Correct.
Buy some dirt and pull in some electrical or some sewer if it's
for
not
sure.
already there.
But your cash to entry is higher. So it's higher, like that's why
you flip
for me
first.
For the next like 2-3 years, I'm just like save.
Yeah.
Build these sister companies, like try to get more residual. Because if the residual's there, then it's like, I don't really need to worry about selling this house, making $30,000 on this flip and putting, a year's worth of bills in my family's account because it's already taken care of.
Nice.
So that's kind of the goal, at least in my mind.
So what was one of the most expensive learning lessons that you've had in real estate?
Bad partnerships.
Let's
kind of leave it at that. Just getting in with the right people can save you a lot of money, and just really vet people. But
talking about contractors, other
the
investors,
everybody. The whole thing. Bad contractor can burn you. Bad employee can burn you. Bad team players can hurt you. So it's this, Tyson. But all these things led me to Tyson. And Tyson's a savage, and I've only known him for 6 months. I gave him half ownership of the team. So it's like, but it's just all it all leads to positive, right? All the negative, if you just get through it, it can lead to positives. But bad partnership can burn you real bad.
Gotcha.
That's just what it is.
Good to know. Yeah, very true. All right. So if you were to lose everything tomorrow and you had to start from basically square one, start from scratch, what would your very first move be?
That's a good question. Probably just go straight into investing. But I mean, obviously I need cash.
Yeah.
So I'd lose everything. So you probably have to go back to like the retail space, but I'd get into investing faster.
Gotcha. So you basically try and work a little bit of a nest egg up, probably in retail.
Yep.
Do a couple deals, get maybe, how much do you think you'd want to save before you went straight into investing? You go on.
Depends. You can do probably like 20 to 40 because you can do partner deals and stuff, and assuming if I lost everything, I wouldn't have a team anymore.
So. No team, no leads. You're basically ground zero. Zach.
Few retail deals, get back on my feet, and then just start building up from day one.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna switch gears, go over to some of these questions from. If you guys haven't read Tim Ferriss's book, Tribe of Mentors or Tools of Titans, or if you haven't checked out Tim Ferriss at all, go check out his podcast. He interviews world leaders, people who are on the Olympics, literally anybody and everybody who's kind of mastered their space, and then he just wrote a couple books about it. So go check those out. What is 1 to 3 books that you've gifted most often?
I don't know about gifted, but I suggested. I've read Relentless this year, which is really good. I read Discipline is Destiny, which is probably my favorite book of all time.
Nice.
I think How to Win Friends is good. That's a good book. But before this, I was going to school to try to get my master's or doctorate in psychology. So I think his name is Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah.
Any book written by him is probably third, and there's many of them that are good.
Yeah, he has some great ones.
Yeah, that's just deep psychology. Crazy smart. He's like one of the smartest dudes. Mm-hmm. So anything by him. So
anything by Malcolm Gladwell. Yep. Nice. Yeah, he does have some really good books. What is a purchase of $100 or less that's most positively impacted your life?
That's a good question, man. Shit's expensive.
Yeah, I think when he asked that question, it was probably like 10 years ago, back when $100 actually bought you something.
I think probably books, obviously, and then like anything for my kids.
Yeah, keeping the kiddos happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Like I'd say anything around that, or like the meal I paid for my wife's like and I's first date or something.
Nice.
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like sweet and cheesy and all that.
For sure.
Nice. How's a failure or a parent failure set you up for later success?
Like my parents?
Just any failure.
I thought you said something about parents.
No, any failure or a parent failure.
Oh, a parent. Oh, okay. How is? I think the best thing. I believe my wife's dad, before he passed away, rest in peace. But I think what my wife told me he used to say all the time that stuck with me is, never take the highs too high or the lows too lows. So I just kind of try to stay in the middle. So I think any failure teaches you a lesson, but you have to stay in that space of like, can't stay too high, can't stay too low. Got to stay like let yourself get proud and happy and accomplish this is dope.
Yeah.
Or let yourself be like, God, fuck, or like I'm pissed, but don't live there.
Don't dwell on it.
Get back to middle.
Yeah.
Just get back to I'm functioning, I'm working, I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
So I'd say that would be the biggest thing, and I'd say all the failures, headaches, drama, people leaving, lies, gossip, you name it, that you go through selling a shit ton of houses and just being an absolute dork, weirdo nerd that no one can figure out. I'd say the biggest thing is just not too high, not too low, and just that discipline to just keep your head on and keep going.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, especially when you get a high, like it's like a sugar rush, you just want to fester in it for so long, and just like you hoist yourself up on this pedestal, and then when anything happens and it brings you down, it's like a major ego hit.
Well, like how many agents have you seen, not even calling out your team or my team, just in general, that like they'll go make 20-30 grand, you won't see them for 2 months, and then they're like, shit, I just spent 10 grand, now I need to make money. It's like, well, you freaking knucklehead, you haven't called anyone for 3 months. So.
Yeah, all your business is 3 to 6 months down the road.
Yeah, so now. Cool shit, you're gonna have $0 and go make another 30 and disappear again, right? So it's like the
crazy up and down roller coaster.
Yeah, or you, oh man, I lost money on this flip.
Never doing that again. Flipping doesn't work.
Flipping don't work. Yeah, real estate sucks. Yeah, instead of like
bad partnership.
You're not. Yep. Partnerships, dude. So you're not taking the lesson, and then the lesson, like you're not being like, life is always giving you things or whatever you want to believe in. To me, it's God, but God's giving you these things, and it's like you're not receiving it and learning it because you're like, oh fuck that, or you're so proud that you're like, oh, I'm so good.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm
amazing. It's like sometimes it's just the market, sometimes it was lucky circumstances.
Like, no, life's trying to teach you how to get paid and keep going and keep getting paid. Or life's trying to go, oh, well, this partner wasn't good for you, that's why you lost money. Or, hey, you did your math wrong. Now you've learned, now go make money.
Yeah.
So it's like so many people quit or get too proud, and then they screw themselves over.
Yeah, they wander blindly into something. They're like, this is going to work out because I'm awesome. It's like, well, probably not.
It's a balance.
Yeah, it is. If you had a giant billboard, metaphorically speaking, that you could get a message out to millions or billions of people, what would it be? And if that is a little crazy, do you have any quotes that you live your life by?
That's a really good question. I just think right now, 2023, how sensitive people are, it's got to be something like, I don't even know. I got to think about that. Like, your shit's not that important, or like your opinion doesn't matter that much, or like, if someone has opposite opinions of you, it's okay. Yeah. I think the world needs to hear that more than ever. My favorite two on the team that have a good friendship are Johnny and Amira. Like, everyone knows they're complete opposite human beings on like what they believe. But they get along. Yeah. And I've literally seen them have heated debates without being like, oh, fuck you. I'm never talking to you. I'm leaving the room.
Like, it's like it might get emotional.
Yeah,
it might get a little amped
and that's
up.
okay. But like, we need that as a society. We need to have debates.
To be able to be constructive in any way, you have to be able to have an intelligent conversation without freaking out on someone just because they disagree with you.
Correct. So I would say something like that. But my motto on my Facebook forever is just like, be kind, be different. It's always been
Nerds
my motto.
United.
Yeah, right. But one ring to rule them all. But no, it's be kind, be different. It's always been my thing, and I think kind is relative. Like kind to me has always been like the hard truth, not necessarily like the enabling thing that maybe someone wants to hear in the moment. So that's kind of always been my kindness. Or me and the thing I came up with is God made me to be the hammer, not your hug. Yeah. So I say that to my team a lot.
That's great.
If you need a hug, go see Tyson. If you need the hammer, come see me.
Yeah, you want a hard reality check, I will give that to you. Yeah. If you want a hug, Tyson's over there. Yep. Go to his office.
But then he'll also give you a hard reality check.
He might hug you first, but he'll still tell you what you need to do.
Correct. I'm just not going to waste time with it.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, something like that.
Nice. I like that. What is one of the most worthwhile investments that you made? Could be time, money, or energy.
Anything real estate. I got some stocks, my marriage, my kids, the team, helping other people, like not just because you know how it is with the team. It's not just, you talk to people about how to be a better boyfriend or how to be a better business owner, or how to be a better person. It's not just
real estate.
Correct. So the team's very rewarding too. So I'd say anything like that.
Nice. I like that. And what's an unusual habit or an absurd thing that you love?
It's a good question. I don't know if I have any like weird habits or obsessions. What was Tyler?
That's a good one. What did Tyler say on that one? It was probably something about like his cat. I have to go watch.
Like feet or something?
All about the feet pig. I got 7 profiles on Feet Finder.
I don't know, dude. I don't have anything weird.
You don't listen to Star Wars books when you fall asleep or something?
No.
Let's see. That's
I guess maybe I listen to metal and I can scream and shit.
I got to hear that sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
Hear you in a screamo band?
Yeah. I'll show you after this. But
nice.
But yeah, no, I did metal for a long time. So I guess I feel like people in the real estate space would be like, damn, that's weird. But for me, it's normal because I grew up going to shows, throwing down in the pit, hardcore dancing, beating the shit out of my friends, getting freaking kicked in the face, and being like, this is normal. Sick, dude. Yeah. So I guess that would
again.
Yeah. That would be probably weird for a lot of people in the real estate space to comprehend, right? Because it's what?
Yeah, people are so just kind of stiff.
But then I'm nerdy. I have Rick and Morty tattoo, Lord of the Rings tattoo. My son was named after Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Nice.
So maybe my nerdy stuff or the metal stuff probably.
Nice. I like it. In the past year, what new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your life?
I'd say over the last 5 years, my relationship with God and or Jesus or whatever you want to say there. Probably in the last 6 months though, just my keywords for 23 are intentionality and mindfulness. I think I do a pretty good job of that normally, but even extend that further. Yeah. So I think that's been a big thing for me. And then I'm doing 75 hard now.
How are you doing on that?
Good. I already lost 8 pounds.
Nice.
So
what were you at before you started?
I was at 189, which for me is that's the heaviest I've ever been. The heaviest I've ever been before that was 185, probably when I was 21, 22, but I was doing a shit ton of protein, creatine, working out every day.
Water weight.
Yeah, it was just fucking huge. Yeah. But so now I'm 182.
How tall are you?
5'10".
5'10". You're about other Nick's height.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So now I'm 182, 181, just kind of fluctuating back and forth. I'm thinking that's probably a good weight for me, but probably could use another 5 to 8 pounds. But if I lose more, I'll probably have to quit. I'll probably have to start eating more food and shittier foods and keep my weight up.
It's hard to eat healthy and exercise and all that. I feel it's easy to go a week or two, and once you get a habit of it, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But so many people with today's society, I forgot lunch today. I got to go buy McDonald's or something, because most people aren't going to be oh, I'm just not going to eat because I forgot lunch. That's how I am.
Luckily, I haven't had to do too crazy of a diet because I'm already eat pretty good.
Nice.
So my biggest thing that gets me in trouble is eating after 9:30, 10, and then chips.
Snacking and chips and junk food.
So I've just cut out chips and eating after 9:30, 10, and I've lost weight.
Nice.
So.
All right. We still got 5 minutes before that. We'll cut out. We'll take a quick break here. In the past, we just did that one. What advice would you give to a smart, driven college student? And then what advice should they ignore?
That's a good question. It's a damn good question. I'd say, I don't know if smart college students exist. No offense.
Well, golly. Smart, driven, young person.
Yeah, young person.
We'll do that.
I'd say if you're like, some people should go to school, and that's okay. We need more doctors, lawyers, x-ray techs, whatever, right? Like we
engineers.
Correct. We don't need more realtors. We need more of those people. But yeah, just really decide like if you want to be an entrepreneur, or if you want to be like employed, you know what I'm saying? I think that's really important. So if you are a smart college kid or young kid, like, how do you want, like, I think a lot of people need to think like, how do you want to live your life? Like, how do you envision your life? And then if it's scary, that's okay. You need to try to do it. Right. Mm-hmm. But then if you're a person that's like, I just can't, I want this, but like, I can't be this and I don't want to become this, then it's okay to have a job. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone, of course, wants 20 rentals and residual income and the choice to retire at 40 years old. Or like, everyone wants that.
Not everyone can put in the work to do it, or at least they think everybody wants it, but nobody wants to do what's necessary.
Yeah. Or just some people just are like the way they were wired. They just, they don't want to put in the work. Anyone can do it, but it's like, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with like not just like wanting to be a doctor or something, or wanting to be a accountant or whatever.
Even an electrician or something.
Yeah.
Electricians and plumbers and all that.
That's totally fine. I got a bunch of friends like that make 6 figures a year, but like, and they're even self-employed. But I got other buddies who are fine making $25-$30 an hour being a journeyman. It's like, it's okay. Mm-hmm. You know, just depends like how you want your life. Like some people, if you want the weekends and just a nice 9 to 5, and you just know that you're a guy that needs to show up, and if you can't keep yourself accountable or don't want to, or like that would like cause your life too much stress and pain, then don't do it. Just go get a job.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I hear you. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, guys. I got a few more questions for Zach, and then we'll get out of here. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, and check out all the shorts. We'll probably be clipping a lot of these.
Like this shit.
Yeah, ring the bell, like the shit, all that fun stuff. All right. And what are some bad recommendations that you hear in the real estate profession?
Like things that like you're just like, bro, that's trash. You should definitely do that or something.
Yeah, basically like to your competition, like, oh yeah, that's terrible advice. Do that.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think maybe going, like we just we're talking with Brock about that earlier. Probably going with like agents that like are just in it for a season and not a career. Mm-hmm. It's a risk.
Yeah.
Getting a lender that doesn't know what he's doing, like those are bad. But it's just so hard for the general public to like know. I don't think there's like an answer to be like, oh, what could I ask this realtor that's been doing this for 10 years but like doesn't know like how long an inspection period is, or if it ends on a certain day, what it means, or you know. I don't know, it's just a tough thing, man. Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing, I guess, that's probably scary for a lot of people. Just make sure you're confident with who you're picking, really. I just wouldn't go with someone because your mom knows them or something. You know?
Vet them a little bit more than just like, oh, they're my cousin's friend. Like, yeah, that's enough for me. Sell me a $400,000 house.
Yeah, probably that. And then just, I don't know, anyone in real estate that says you got to like be a certain way, I just don't think you need, I don't know, like your vibe attracts your tribe, you know?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be a certain way or look a certain way or dress a certain way. I think that's cool, but I just think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. I think a lot of people do they get attracted towards those people that they're similar to anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's like, don't go try and fake to be on a team to be with, just to fit in with someone, because you're just going to make yourself miserable in the long term. Even if you do make some money there, it's, find the people you do vibe with.
I agree.
Nice. In the last 5 years, what have you become better at saying no to?
That's a good question. Probably working with people I don't like. I think business and helping clients. So not being afraid to like fire somebody.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, I was again talking to Brock about that earlier. It's like some people are too picky. Some people are like under picky. So some people's expectations are insane, you know, or the clients, you show them 20 houses and they're like, I don't know, I just haven't found the right one. You're like, motherfucker, this is your price range.
Yeah.
I've shown you 30 houses.
This is what we got.
Like, what house has been different from the other house? Like, this is your price range. Like, it's not gonna change.
Yeah.
Like, unless I find some off-market miracle or get some flip house that has enough room for me to do what you need, you're not finding what you need. Yeah. So, like, you know, make a pick.
Yeah, and even then, by the time you get done with the flip house, it's probably going to be out of your price range at that point.
Could be. I don't know. It's just tough. Like, just really, really tough.
Yeah. And what realizations helped you kind of get to that point where you are like, you know what, this is the line. I'm not working with you anymore, or what was it that kind of helped you realize like it's better for me to just say no to these people? Was it having more money? And
I don't know. Yeah, I guess obviously more money is more options. I mean, that's for sure. Like, you can't be having $3,000 and saying no to clients, you know? So obviously that's a big part of it. But I think, you know, you just go through those shitty deals and you're like, damn, like, I see red flags. This person's toxic. They're going to call me in 3 months and they're going to say that, like, the 3 inspectors I sent them, one of them that they picked, they hated them. And now they want to, that it's my fault. And like, you know, and then you're like, dude, you have a fucking home warranty. Call them. And they're like, fuck you. And you're like, well, okay, fine, bye.
So I'll accept it, but come on, dude.
Yeah, so just stuff like that, dude. You get in like weird situations, or like
you learn from them.
Weird vibes, or like there's one time like, because Stuart Pry at Prime always told me just to not be afraid to give up commission to help clients. So I've always lived by that. And there's one time I gave up like my whole commission, made like $800. Guy never really said thank you, and the guy never gave me a referral. So, but I mean, if I didn't do that, I would make him home. Probably he would have been screwed, because I think he was like leaving his rental and trying to get a different job. So I would do that every time in that case, because then it's like, how do you sleep at night if you don't? But at the same time, I don't know if I would want to do that again, unless I was like, hey, if I'm going to do this, you better appreciate it, and you better give me some fucking referrals, because you're taking food out of
my way.
because you're taking food out of my kid's mouth, and I want to help you because it's not right if I don't, and you'd be screwed. But like, my kids aren't going to suffer. They're going to be fine, but it's like, you're still robbing from my kids. I'm going to help you. So if you can't like give me 2 or 3 referrals, like, that's pretty bum. Yeah.
If I'm taking food out of my kid's mouth to help you, you better at least try and reciprocate that.
Yeah. Like, to me, that's like, you better give me some referrals for life, dude.
Yeah. You know? I need to be your number one.
True.
I like that. When you feel overwhelmed or unfocused, what do you do?
Where gym's good. Gym's really good. I think consistent gym time actually helps that not be as big of an issue. But I don't know, man. I just fucking work through it, bro. Like, I think like you have to get that discipline to just work no matter what. Because like there's days you're sick or sad or pissed or whatever, and you just got to do it. So I think the biggest thing is just do it no matter what, even if you don't want to.
Nice. Have you read Atomic Habits? James Clear, he talks about don't break the chain once you have a good habit. So even if you're having a shitty day or something's going wrong, or it's one of those like, I just don't want to do it today. He's like, just do it anyway. Yep. Don't break the chain.
That's
like
really
5
important.
5 shitty minutes is better than nothing.
Correct. Yeah. So some days you just got to think. I mean, I guess it always helped me because I played sports. So I just knew, like, you know, I had basketball games where I'd be like, I'll go out and ball, you know, or baseball games where I'd go pitch a game and I'm like fucking on fire. But I'm like, my girlfriend pissed me off, or like my mom was being a dick before the game, or my dad was yelling at me for no reason. Yeah. And I was like, you know, so it's like, raged up. So I guess sports really helped me. But I think sports taught me that, like, hey, dude, you don't have to be your best to go out and succeed. Yeah. And so focus, I think, like, you always want to pay some kind of attention to your feelings and stuff, but like this whole like empath bullshit, I just don't vibe with that. Like, me too, bro. I can read a room and see how people feel, but like you get too hypnotized and getting the feeling stuff. I think it just halts your production as an entrepreneur, like, big time, because you can just, I feel. Like, no shit. Yeah, we all feel.
I feel this. I feel that. It's like, don't let your feelings get in the way of your
business. Your feelings can't dictate the ship. They can make turns, but they shouldn't dictate it. Like, shouldn't be manning it. Like, you can have it like your feelings be the wind and it might blow you a certain way, but you have to have that logic to be the captain.
Yeah.
Like, the logic's the captain, and it's like, well, my feelings are blowing me this way, but I need to steer it back.
Yeah, I know this is the way I'm supposed to go, even if the feelings are trying to go.
That brings it back to the highs too high, lows too low, stay in the middle. So it's like, yeah, let the wind blow you this way, but let the wind blow you. Let your feelings take you out for 20 minutes. Don't let it be 20 days or 2 days or, you know.
Yeah, and that goes back to what we were talking about before. There's crazy swings with realtors when they're like, oh, I made 40 grand last month. I'm on a sugar rush. I'm going to go buy a new car, go on a vacation, and see you in 6 months kind of thing.
Correct.
Yeah, I like it. All right. Well, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Zach, I appreciate you coming on.
Join Synergy. Synergy is great.
Yeah, come to Synergy if you're a realtor. Make sure you hop on down below. Comment any of your favorite questions, answers, any advice that you may have to help out as well. And Zach, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Awesome, bro. That was fun.
Yeah, always good.